Welcome to CNN, CAS News Network at 6 p.m. Today, we have a special report on low-cost airlines. The low-cost airline industry has grown rapidly throughout Europe since humble beginnings in the late 1980s.
In the late 80s, air travel was deregulated. This lowered entry barriers for new private airlines and created greater price competition in the market. The low-cost airline industry was born. According to the International Aviation Travel Association, before deregulation, airline ticket prices were inelastic. Powerful state-owned airlines were able to raise ticket prices with limited competition. Low-cost airlines entered the market and it flooded it with cheap seats and increased competition. Customers became more price sensitive and large carriers were forced to lower their prices, increasing ticket price elasticity. Regular air travel was skyrocketing and becoming affordable to most Europeans. Ticket prices were falling and the number of seats available was rising. Demand increased, creating a new equilibrium price point. We now go to our reporter in the field. Roger, I hope you have a great flight today.
Hi, my name's Roger. I'd like to check in for my flight today.
Welcome to Ryanair. Can I have your boarding pass, please?
Oh, I seem to have left it at home.
No problem. I can print one for you, but you'll have to pay a £50 fee.
Wow, that's quite a hefty fee, but I guess I understand where some of Ryanair's revenue comes from. Speaking of fees, can you give me a breakdown of some of Ryanair's costs and how low-cost airlines make a profit with such cheap tickets?
Absolutely, Roger. Deregulation and increased demand did not guarantee success for our airline. It is important to look at our cost structure. Most of our operating costs are fixed. These costs come mainly from owning or leasing the airplanes and also include things such as landing costs, labor costs of crews, and fuel costs. Our fixed costs do not increase or decrease depending on the number of seats sold, so it's important to reduce them. We concentrate solely on short-haul flights. We also use only one type of aircraft to reduce maintenance costs. We use secondary airports whenever possible to reduce landing costs, and we hedge our fuel costs. Our bottom line is to fill as many seats as possible. As you can see from the graph, fixed cost per seat drops significantly as our flights reach full capacity. I'd keep talking about costs, but you are going to miss your flight. Board the plane and the pilot will answer any question you have on variable costs and our pricing strategy.
Thanks for the help, Sophie.
Have a safe flight!
Welcome aboard, Roger. I'm the pilot, Ting Ting.
Hi, Ting Ting. I was just speaking to your colleague about Ryanair's fixed costs. Could you give me a breakdown on your variable costs and how low-cost airlines make a profit with such cheap tickets?
Hi, Roger. I'm happy to help. Most of our variable costs come from passenger services. We reduce our variable costs by unbundling services. In other words, there are very few services included in the ticket price. Additional services have to be paid for as add-ons, such as ticket printing, as you found out the hard way. In short, low-cost airlines have transformed variable costs into sources of revenue. It's time to take off now. Why don't you head back and grab your seat?
Okay, will do. Thanks for everything. Hi, my name is Roger and I'm a reporter for CNN News. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about low-cost airlines?
Hi Roger. Funny you say that. I'm actually an executive at a low-cost airline. Far away.
Great. I know about budget airlines' fixed and variable costs, but can you tell me a little bit more about how low-cost airlines price and sell their tickets?
Certainly. I booked my ticket a couple of months back and I have to say it was pretty cheap. I think I paid about £50 for my return trip. Low-cost airlines and national carriers have completely different pricing models. Low-cost airlines prefer to reach their break-even point early in the selling cycle to minimize the number of unprofitable flights. A small batch of tickets are offered below cost to entice customers. As demand for a flight increases, so does the ticket price. Large national carriers prefer less volatility in ticket prices during the course of the sales cycle. However, if a flight is undersold, ticket prices are slashed to make up for last-minute shortfalls in revenue. Any revenue after the break-even point is pure profit for the airline. The break-even load factor for most low-cost airlines in Europe is between 50 and 70%, whereas the total load factor, or the total number of seats sold, is between 80 and 90%. As you can see from the graph, the break-even point for most low-cost airlines is well below full capacity, even with a relatively low average ticket price. Do you have any more questions for me today, Roger?
No, I don't. That makes sense though. Thanks for that, Andrew. Very insightful.
Hello Roger, how was your flight today?
It was good, thanks. As you know, I'm reporting on low-cost airlines. I have interviewed a number of people on the subject, but I can't figure out one thing. Why can't the conventional airlines adopt the same low-cost model as carriers such as Ryanair and EasyJet?
That's a good question, and I think I have the answer you're looking for. Although conventional airlines have begun to reduce their variable cost by offering fewer inclusive services, such as charging for more than one piece of checked luggage, they still face higher fixed costs due to the use of central airports, a unionized workforce, and multiple aircraft models. Large national carriers have one distinct advantage over low-cost carriers. They have a monopoly on long-haul travel. As such, long-haul ticket prices are less price sensitive as travelers take fewer long-haul flights than budget short-haul flights due to individual budget and time constraints. Low-cost carriers are beginning to offer services that were traditionally reserved for pricey conventional airlines. One example of this is EasyJet, recently offering a pre-assigned seating service.
Thanks for that, Francis. It's clear that as pioneers in the European low-cost airline industry, EasyJet and Ryanair have shown us that low fixed costs, efficient use of assets and unbundled services lead to substantial profits and robust growth. However, this does not mean the end of the large long-haul national carriers. Simply that there is more competition in the market. This concludes our segment on low-cost European airlines. Thank you for watching CNN and have a good evening.